Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Matthias, and today I'm going to be playing some more Higurashi When They Cry. If you haven't already watched the first episode, then I'll leave a link in the description down below. But here we go. Continue. Load, yeah. I don't want to say that. Okay, here we go. You're approaching summer. The morning air still had a frigid bite. Although in exchange you could fill your lungs up with crisp, clean air. Flipping open the window, I was greeted with a verdant expanse, nothing but trees. The neighboring house was far away on the other side, so I was probably the only one enjoying that view and that air. I filled my lungs with another deep breath. Since I started living in Hinamizawa, I learned that even air had its own taste. I quickly finished getting ready for school and headed downstairs for breakfast. My mother was the only one here. My father was nowhere to be seen. He was probably up working until the early morning. Dad had a rather unconventional job as a painter. It's such a laid-back profession. Get up when you want, sleep when you want, and work when you want. I was so jealous of that easygoing lifestyle. I even wrote for school that I wanted to be a painter when I grew up. Dad was ecstatic about it. It was just because it looked easy. I'd never tell him that though. Mom laid breakfast on the table, out on the table. Seaweed, pickled vegetables, raw egg, and grilled salmon. My mom was such a good cook, it was scary. Perfect, immaculate, ideal breakfast. Unlike my dad, who didn't even know the meaning of the word schedule, my mom never squandered any time of it or effort. She hummed a little tune as she poured over the miso soup. It seemed like she was in a good mood today. I'm so happy you've been waking up early since we moved here, Keiichi. If I don't wake up early, I won't have time to eat breakfast. I thought I was being cute, responding with a wisecrack after being praised for being good. Throw a bar of rice, or will half be enough? Pile it on! First I save up this steaming hot rice with the seaweed. After that I covered it with the egg. Between bites of rice I enjoyed the crunch of the pills. Not bad at all. Excellent as usual. Watching me clean the plate, Mom gave me a warm smile. I'm so happy you hadn't skipped breakfast ever since we moved here, Keiichi. I was not a morning person when we lived in the city. I slept right until the last minute before school and rarely ate breakfast. Boycotting the breakfast Mom made me each morning, that was probably the only way I could protest being forced to attend prep school. I guess that was what you would call my rebellious phase. I wouldn't so much as look at the breakfast she woke up early every day to make it. If I could go back in time, I'd slap myself. Mindful of the time, Mom rushed me along with a wide grin. Isn't it about time to meet up with Rena-chan? Hurry. Mom really seemed to enjoy the fact that her son was going to school with a girl. Rena is one of my classmates. She really loves looking after people, coming to meet me every day without fail. The way I looked at it, a guy my age walking to school with a girl was just lame. But will keeping a classmate waiting for me every day wouldn't be very considerate. Seriously though, how long does Rena wait there for me every morning? Taking one last gulp of miso soup, I raced for the door. Please thank Rena-chan for the pills. Come to think of it, those pills weren't store-bought, were they? If I'd known that, I would have savored them a bit more. Morning. Hello. This is Rena-chan. Rena. Keiichi-kun. Good morning. Her cheerful greeting was as fresh as the morning itself. You're always so early. You should try sleeping in sometime. If I sleep in, I'll keep you She's so conscientious and such a good person. If that ever happens, I'll just leave you behind. Dude's a douchebag. Katie Cutie is so cool. I wait for you all the time. I'll leave you in the dust. Without looking back. Wow. Main character is a douchebag. Why are you so mean? Why? Rena had a slightly troubled look on her face. Toying with her was rather fun because of how quickly her mood changed. I'm kidding, I'd wait for you. With those words, Rena seemed to relax. Her face flushed bright red. Thank you. I wait for you until you came, Rena. Goddamn main character, no matter how long. Pulling the news. Forever. Rena turned bright red, steam rising from her head as her brain short-circuited. Yeah. He's especially weak to this sort of talk. It's quite rare to find someone this fun to tease. Have you ever read a romance novel, Rena? I haven't. Never read any before. From her response, I gathered she was interested in them, but that was too embarrassed to actually buy one. I couldn't imagine what would happen if she did read one. She'd probably turn red and pass out. Oh yeah, message from mom, she says. Thanks for the pickles. It was nothing. You're welcome. How were they? Not too salty? They weren't that salty. Actually, they had a pretty light flavor to them. It would have been fine to just be honest and say they were good, but apparently I couldn't be that forthright. I'd like to ask something about it before that. Were you the one who pickled them, Rena? Or was it your mom? Huh? Why do you ask? Were they too salty? Her attitude completely changed as she began to panic frantically. Was it you, Rena, or was it your mom? Why are you asking why? Just tell her they were good, man. Stop teasing her. Depending on who made them, my opinion of them might change just drastically. He's being too honest. She counted frantically on her fingers, trying to remember the amount of salt she'd used to pickle them. It wasn't like I was trying to tease her, but I couldn't stop myself. Guys who take pleasure in this kind of thing are probably the worst. Guys like me. Rena nervously opened and closed her mouth, and over and over, trying to muster a response. It was me. Delicious. Pretty good, just like the last ones. They went perfectly with the rice. Her face went bright red again. She was completely spacing out. It truly was a lot of fun to tease her. I pray that Rena never gets taken advantage of by some low life. Keep at it, Rena. I'll train you until you handle it like the average person. Or so I decided for myself. Let's go. If we keep Mion waiting, we'll never hear the end of it. Seeing as she just keep spacing out otherwise, I called Rena back to reality so we could make our way to school. The strange, easily flustered girl is Rena Ryogu. I've only known her for about a month, but I've come to realize it's not just her name that's strange. What is strange? And what's up with this music? Me-chan, good morning. Coming up to the next rendezvous point, we saw another person waiting for us. Nursing us, she waved. Finally you two are late. Usually you're the one who's late. In sharp contrast to the diligent Rena, this one marched to the beat of her own drum. She's Mion Somosaki. For what it's worth, she's our senior and head of the class. Morning, Rena, and it's been a while, K-chan. How many years? I was only off 2 days. What? You don't say. We were so much cuter back then. Mion's gaze started at my chest, then dropped straight down, focusing on the point between. What are you looking at, man? Yeah, what? So she was saying it was my crutch or was here the background. Japan, please. Before you ask, just to be clear, I've never actually tried to show it to her. Okay, I've grown quite splendidly. You'll be surprised. Not only is he bigger, but he has a little mustache. Come on, please. Don't talk about your wiener like that, man. It's just so weird. Being so with energy every morning is quite a problem. I have no idea what that word means, engorged or whatever. I'll introduce you next time, so please be sure to read it properly. Don't say next time, right now it's just fine. Oh, how about letting the little guy get a breath of fresh morning air? I don't think I've ever heard talk so dirty you could smell it fouling up the morning air before. Mion sure does act like an old man sometimes. I smell an old man talk, asking somebody to rip out their penis. Well, yeah. Gotcha, time for the big reveal. Hope you don't regret it. As my hand reached for my flight, Rena began to ramble in the bed. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Red-faced and flustered, Rena tried to play dumb, but it was obvious she knew exactly what we were talking about. I wasn't. Oh, seriously. I thought he meant these penis. But this game, man. Mion switched gears, dropping the dirty talk and changed the topic to something more benefiting the pleasant morning. I only went for a funeral, I didn't have much time. So yeah, do you look for it? For what? That thing I asked for? You're not listening at all. I just came back from a funeral. I didn't have any time to play around in toy stores. Toy stores and hobby shops are completely different, you know. Oh really? It's really difficult to get Western stuff around here after all. Is this about games again, Mija? Mion nodded proudly as Rena giggled. Yep, I wanted Kajan to bring me back a Wishport catalog, you see. Wishport was short for Western Imported Games. Using that abbreviation did make it sound pretty geeky. You could just get them to send you one in the mail, can't you? Well, I guess I have to now. I'm going to get another game full of hot action. Great. This time I'd like a game that's easy to understand. Mion is a board and card game enthusiast, and I hear that she's collected quite a lot of different ones. According to Rena, Mion's room has kind enough become a museum for domestic and foreign games. If it's a game you think I'd understand, let me play it too. Yeah, of course. If K-chan is up for it, I should warn you though, we're pretty tough. Just what I want. I play all sort of games. I don't intend to lose. Whoa, and we'll let you in the group this time. I guess. That is twice. Bristling with joy from head to toe, Rena looked back and forth between me and Mion. Mion gave her an affirmative wink, and her expression perked up even further. I thought boys prefer playing outside more, so I figured you wouldn't want to. Rena laughed heavily. From such a friendly conversation, you wouldn't want to think I had moved here less than a month ago. I understood that they did all they could to make a transfer student like me feel at home. I'd have to try harder to fit in, so they won't feel like they have to try to make me feel welcome. I feel like if I acted a bit more open than I usually am, it should probably be about right for this place. Yeah, go for it, man. Surrounded by these hot chicks. now we're at school now. Rena was a really small village. Not only was there only one school, but there was only one class. Okay. That class encompasses all different grades and ages. There are about 30 students at different levels, and they all study in the same class. Until but long ago, they used to be bigger schools, school buildings, and they had actual separate classes. However, it seemed something happened that made it become a single class, and now it's stayed that way out of tradition. I was shocked at first, but humans adapt pretty quickly. I've already gotten quite used to it. The sound of children playing started right from the morning. With such a lively mood, it felt more like a kindergarten than a proper school. Not that it was a bad thing. Mion, who had been walking in front of us up until then, suddenly let me take a look. Right in front of the classroom door. So I was meant to slide the door open and enter the room first. Too bad I wasn't going to follow it again. What? Do you think you'd give up the lead here? You meant for this to be a test of my skills? Mion chuckled with a haughty smirk on her face. What is it, guys? Step back, Rena. It's dangerous. She said. Huh? Then Satoku-chan is. What? I'm not sure what's going on. Her name was Satsuko Gojo. She was a disrespectful, impudent, bossy kid. The way she talked was annoying, but it would be immature to get worked up over just that. The real problem was this. Quite the obvious trap, a blackboard eraser wedged in the door. It's too obvious, Satsuko. A haughty laugh came from beyond the door. Excellent, Kate. I guess that means you win this round. No, this is Satsuko we were talking about. I doubt this is it. After falling for such intricate traps since the day I transferred, I no longer let my guard down. Satsuko liked to combine a variety of traps that were simple to bait you into the main run, traps that relentlessly kept coming at you like a sadistic Goldberg machine the list goes on, as well as being clever, they almost never misfire. When you least expect it, she strikes. No escape, no time to relax. This music doesn't fit the theme at all right now. By the looks of it, this eraser is normal. No rocks or anything in it. I took a pretty heavy hit from a blackboard eraser, loaded with rocks on my first day. So then why don't you just open the door and let it drop? That's what it is. That's what Satsuko was after. Making me focus my attention upward, so as I lift my hand to the door, there were thumbtacks stuck to the sliding door, handled with tape, a frightening trap. A potent and terrifying trap. Concealed by using the blackboard eraser. An impressive combination. Satsuko. But in the end, nothing more than the trivial machinations of a child. These words, man. Assured of my victory, I threw the door open and stepped into the room. I felt something strange at my ankle. It was similar to the sensation of a jump rope catching on my leg. By the time I realized she had me hooked, line and sinker, it was already too late. I began to fall in an almost picturesque manner. Kei-chan was instinctively reacting to me on a shrill warning. I twisted my body in midair before I landed on the floor. Ow. An inkstone filled to the brim was placed right where I landed. I shuddered, imagining the situation, and I landed square on it. I think I'm gonna end this episode here, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel for more horror game videos or something like that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.